Good morning, everybody. We are back again. Today is the 29th of January. It's 2 days to go, and then the month is over. And when it's like this, it's almost the year is over. And days are moving very, very fast. Very, very fast. So when they say a player has a 2-year contract, so now you understand what it means, a 3-year contract. It's not long like before. So it's so quick now. Let me welcome Shakes. Shakes, welcome to the show. It's almost end of Jan, and we're in December, not long.
Good morning, Brasobs. Thanks for having me on your show. And yeah, siyahamba isikhathi. The transfer window is closing soon, and yeah, we're yet to see the big teams, which signings they are making. Yeah.
Shakes, thanks you for coming in. This morning we are discussing this. Are we about to see Kaizer Chiefs being banned again by FIFA? As we were talking about the signing during the transfer window. Now, let me remind you, my name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. That's the topic. Are we going to see Kaizer Chiefs being banned again? I'll tell you why. Now, let me start. Firstly, Kaizer Chiefs, they were looking for Manqoba, a hot potato. Mbuli, one of the players they were looking for. But now Mike Makab, who's the agent for Mbuli, said Kaizer Chiefs has not put any cent, has not made any offer, has not contacted them. So I don't know. But we know that Kaizer Chiefs have a pre-contract with Sitebe from AmaZulu. That's the bone of contention. Mr. Zungu, Sandile Zungu, is livid. He says there's no way he's gonna release that player if the player does not want to extend his contract or Chief does not want to buy him. He's not gonna play until his contract ends. It has come, according to Mr. Zungu, that the pre-contract was signed in December, before the transfer window opens. There you are. So we don't know whether Mr. Zungu is going to take this matter to FIFA and what will be the outcome. Shakes, what's your take?
Yeah, Brasobri, it's war. Mr. Zungu is not happy at all about what transpired with Sitebe, and his plan is to take Kaizer Chiefs on with what happened with the pre-contract of Sitebe. Apparently, there was no word from Kaizer Chiefs to AmaZulu. They spoke with the player privately behind AmaZulu's back, and it hasn't gone down well with the AmaZulu boss. And yeah, it's a pity because it's the player who's going to suffer now for the next couple of months because Sandile is not willing to have a player who's contracted with another team playing at AmaZulu. So yeah, it's just sad that things are happening this way. I mean, a player not playing for 5 months is going to affect him, and it just remains to be seen what will transpire. It would be good for both teams to have sat down and had an amicable decision on the player. You know, something that will suit the player, that will not harm the player. But now, as it stands, Sitebe will be sitting out for the next couple of months before he moves to Kaizer Chiefs. So it only remains to be seen how this is going to unfold.
Shakes, let me ask you this. When you were playing, you had an agent representing you.
Yes, I did, Saubrey.
As that. Who was it? If you mind.
Clint Benkin was my agent.
Oh, Clint Benkins. Now,
yes.
Tell me, Shakes, were you always being informed? Let's say, let me talk about you. You're moving from Mamelodi Sundowns. Remember, during that time, I mean, from Vets, during that time, there was no this strict rules of it must be done during transfer windows. Who initiated that? Was it you or Glenn?
You mean the move to Sundowns from?
From Vets.
Yeah, well, Sundowns showed interest. They spoke to my agent, and they also spoke to Vets about it. So before I even moved, the team had told me that Sundowns were interested in signing me, and how do I feel about that move? Because for them it was one of their biggest paychecks to let go of me to Sundowns. So fortunately, I also felt it was a good move for me, and yeah, it was amicable. Everybody was happy. Vets got the money, and yeah, the move was made. I think I had 1 year left on my contract when they signed me.
Now, Shakes, this is what I want. Was Glenn engaging you and discussing with you? Was he transparent about your situation? I'll tell you why I'm asking this question.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Prasad. He was very transparent with me with the whole move. We sat down with my parents. I remember we sat down with my parents, and we spoke about it to decide if it's really a good move for me, because there were also options of me maybe trying out overseas before I moved to another PSL team. So yeah, I was happy with the move. I felt that Sundowns played the type of style of football that I wanted to play, and I felt I was going to fit in there like a glove, you know, despite everybody saying you will sit on the bench and stuff. But yeah, it was something that was spoken about. Everything was put on the table. It was open cards, and the decision was made, and I went to Sundowns.
You know, I'm asking you this question. I'm checking at how Sandy Lezung reacted to this. He says, all right, on Facebook page, because I need to be very specific where I get the information, so that people understand where my sources are. He says, I'm not angry, but I'm disappointed with the agent, all right? The agent, because he's missing up the player's mind. Now, he's complaining about the agent, all right, because this thing could not have happened without the agent, all right?
Yes.
So that is why I was asking you that question, because yeah, it's easy to say Kaizer Chiefs is to blame, all right? Although Chiefs is not scot-free. They understand the rules of football. They are just from an era where they were banned. Remember? It's just a pity. Maybe we need to contact Vina Maposa and make a follow-up on on this discussion. All right, I'll engage him and find out their perspective. All right. Now, so that is why I'm asking this question. What happened? What was the situation between you and the agent? Now he goes further and says he picked up his phone and he phoned Bobby. He said he's not a leader who like writing complaints, even if he's tempted to do so. But after he called Bobby, he said when he looks at the timelines, and then he said we were made fools, the mumish. And then in our township lingo, as I quote him verbatim, he said, all right? So I just went to the register. I want to register my ambiguously that AmaZulu will not be taken for a ride. So he's serious about this. We are a big brand, and I also treat other clubs with utmost respect. I'm very clear. I'd rather lose 5-0 and play with 10 men than feel someone who does not respect the badge. The badge was built on the shoulders of the giants. I respect everyone. Even when we signed Memela from Pirates, it was unorthodox. I got a call from the chairman who said, "You are new in the game. I'll let this pass. I apologize because I'm learning." So he agrees that he also signed Memela, not in a proper way. But Dr. Ivan Koza, being an elder, being somebody who has been in football for some time, he then said, "No, I'll let this one pass." And then because I understand that you are learning, he said, "I'm learning." So we don't know how this is going to unfold. So it looks like he's livid. We don't know what's going to happen. So anything can happen here. But let's look at Kaizer Chiefs. There was also the issue of Mbuli. We know that Kaizer Chiefs are looking for Mbuli. But here is the irony. The majority of soccer players in South Africa, they want to play for Chiefs. That is a fact. That is a fact. So I don't know, what is it difficult if that is the case? Remember, we're still talking about allegations, all right? Because we cannot say what Mr. Zungu is saying, it's a fact. So that is why I need to hear the side of the story from Kaizer Chiefs via Mr. Vina Maposa. So that is why for me, these are the allegations. Now, if that is the fact, I mean, having been banned not long ago, how can they proceed with the practice? If I may ask you, Shakes. And I hope public out there or fans out there, you'll also make your comments. How can they proceed with the same act that landed them in trouble? Shakes, what's your take?
Yeah, Pastor, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure of the facts, because we know that when a player his contract is about to end, there's a certain period where the club has a right to negotiate with the player to extend that contract. So when that lapses, then it allows now for other teams that they can negotiate maybe with the player. But I don't know whether now they negotiate with the player or they still approach the team first, you know. So I think that's where they were with Sitebe. I think also AmaZulu, maybe it had lapsed that negotiating time, and then he was free to pin down that pre-contract, because he cannot sign a pre-contract if the team still has an option to renew. So to be honest, I don't know the facts of exactly the timelines of everything that happened, but yeah, it seems AmaZulu are really not happy with the business that Kaizer Chiefs made, and yeah, it remains to be seen really who is in the wrong there, and it's going to be a problem for Kaizer Chiefs now again if Zungu takes them to FIFA, because it's not the first time we've seen this one happening with Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah.
Shakes, you know what? You know better. You know you're in football. The pre-contract, you sign it during the transfer windows, isn't it? You don't sign it during the course of the season. People out there, we want to hear from you. What's your take? Do you really think Kaizer Chiefs are facing another ban? There are a lot of problems I think need to be sorted out. It's not only the ban that is a problem. There is also the issue of 6 points. Remember, the 6 points is still an issue which PSL has to decide. Kaizer Chiefs is a giant. Everybody loves Kaizer Chiefs. Everybody knows Kaizer Chiefs. The majority of players, you know, Zungu, the boy Bongani Zungu, who's playing in France, wants to join Kaizer Chiefs. As far as I know, many players want to play for Kaizer Chiefs. I'm sure Shakes, you also wanted to play for Kaizer Chiefs, but you're a Sundowns fan. But you like Chiefs because of Dr. Khumalo. Am I right?
No, definitely. I like Chiefs because of Dr. Khumalo. The Chiefs is a big team. We can't dispute that, you know. But the tables are starting now to shift now because Sundowns is willing to pay for the best players now, and yeah, Chiefs must come to the party. I mean, the team with so many sponsors and there's a lot of money, you know. I hear people, they talk about Patrice Motsepe has come in and he's signing everybody. But Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, they can compete with that because they get a lot of money. I mean, Vodacom have been spending billions on Orlando Pirates and Chiefs. I mean, we've suffered the charity spectacular because of the culling black labels and I'm sure there's a lot of money that they are getting from these competitions, the DSTV Compact. I mean, it's about time that these guys realize that if they want to compete, they have to take out the money. They have to cough out the money, you know, Prasobs.
Shakes, I want to hear you people out there. What's your take? Do you see Kaizer Chiefs being banned again by FIFA? And then what's your take? What's your argument? Give us your comment, and thank you for listening. And then please continue to subscribe and continue to like and comment. If you don't like anything, just let us know so that you improve on it. Thank you. Shakes, bid them farewell.
Thank you to our listeners and viewers. And yes, please subscribe and let us know where we can improve. We are here for you. We want to give you the best content. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakes.